welcome back. So I have a story time for you today about the time that my spirits were pissed off at me. This is something that not a lot of practitioners talk about when they fuck up with their own spirits, and how sometimes it's not brujeria. It's not bad karma. It's your own spirits mad at you. Not a lot of practitioners talk about this part of walking this spiritual walk, and I think it's so important. So I'm going to give you guys a story time from about 3.5 years ago that I remember very well because it stuck with me. And I don't want y'all to make my same mistake, okay? So this was, like I said, about 3.5 years ago. Nikki was very much still boy crazy. And I was dating at the time, and I had this custom, this tradition, this agreement with my spirits that before I would go on any date, I would ask them for their approval. I would ask for their blessing, basically asking, is it a good guy? And I know my makeup shade, like, we're not matching right now. It's 5:36 in the morning. I'm waiting on my spray tan to develop. It will be developed by 7 a.m. Okay? Don't give me a hard time in the comments, please. That's not the point. Anyway. Basically asking, like, is he a good guy? Is he respectful? Does he have good energy? Do they approve, essentially? And I would do this for every date before I went out with any guy. Because I trust my spirits to be my second, third, fourth, eighth pair of eyes and ears and nose and everything. That's part of their job, is to protect me. And I was pretty good about it. And then all of a sudden, it had been about a month and a half or so since I had been out on a date or even really talked to a guy. I was just focusing on my business and my money and stuff, and all of a sudden, this guy and I start talking. And he asks me out on a date. And I really, really, really wanted to go on a date. I was, like, getting stir crazy. You know, I was tired of being in the house all the time. I was ready to go out and have fun. And I think that's why I did not ask my spirits before this date. Honestly, that's the only thing I can figure. Didn't mention it to them, not that they didn't know, but just was like, hey guys, I'm going out, I'll see y'all when I get back, bye, type thing. And the date went well. The date went really well, actually. So I'm thinking everything's cool, right? I start feeling depressed. And this guy and I, I liked him, he liked me. We start heavily talking, like, you know, texting all day, calling all day, etc., heavily involved, and I'm getting very depressed. I'm getting very sad. I'm feeling stuck, very stagnant. My roads were closed. My roads were cut, clipped, shut, done. Just non-existent. And if you don't know what your roads being open or closed means, it's basically like your spiritual roads are how things and blessings and opportunities and stuff flows to you, right? When your roads are open, everything flows, everything is moving, things are moving in a positive direction. Things are flowing into your life, blessings, etc. When they are closed, blockages everywhere, stagnation, delays. Money stops flowing when it was previously flowing before. And you just feel, it's not just the money part, like you just feel stuck spiritually. Like you feel like even your spiritual growth isn't moving. Like you're cut off from your guides is what you feel like. It's not very fun. And in my younger days, I went through this a lot for different reasons. And I don't miss it whatsoever. But anyway, I was feeling very sluggish too, didn't really want to do anything, didn't want to work. And for me, my Capricorn moon ass, to not want to work is crazy. That's how you know something's wrong. Like, I just was laying in bed all day watching TV, didn't want to do my makeup, didn't want to do my hair, didn't want to get out of bed. Like, girl, I was just going through it, and nothing was actually happening externally. Like, there was no valid reason on the outside for me to be feeling like this. So, I keep talking to the guy, and I see him again. And all hell breaks loose. And I come home, and I broke things off with him. I'm not going to get into detail of what happened or whatever. But I come home from being with him that time, and I just sit on my bed and I start thinking about the last few weeks and how I've been feeling and how things have been so stuck and stagnant. And I could pinpoint it too. I was like, everything was flowing. Everything was good. I start talking to this guy. We go on our first date. I start talking to him heavily. And everything shuts. And mind you, no, he was not a brujo. It was not brujeria from him, okay? But I start calculating and doing the math. And I realize that's when it started. Like clockwork. So, lo and behold, I'm having all these, downloads and understandings and stuff, and me being who I am, I go and do divination just to confirm everything. I was right. It was a combination of it being misaligned with him, and he was in some way siphoning from me. That's why I was feeling so tired and sluggish. Most likely, it's because, say my frequency, my vibration is right here, and his was way down here. He's dragging me down and taking my energy. You see what I'm saying? And so if I had asked my spirits on the day of that first date, they would have said, no, stay home. Because energetically, it's not a good fit. And it was also a combination of my own spirits closing my roads, because I didn't do the respectful thing of asking them, just like I did 100 times before. And we had that agreement. And let me be very clear, when I would ask them if a guy was a good fit for me, it was just asking their opinion. It's not necessarily me asking their permission, but it's asking them what they think. And if they think it's a good fit. And if they say no, it doesn't automatically mean that the guy's a bad person, or I would be in danger, or anything crazy. It just might not have been a good fit. And that was the case with this. So it was a combination of being misaligned and them being mad at me. So them being mad at me was the cherry on top. To add to the misalignment, which they would have warned me about had I asked them on the day of the first date. And it really does get that serious, you guys. Like, being involved with the wrong person 100% can throw off things in your life. It can close your roads. It can cause you blockages because it's just not a good fit. And you're putting all this energy and alche into this relationship that's not even supposed to be in the first place. And then your spirits are stepping away from you because you didn't check in with them like you agreed to do. So they're going to let you fall on your ass. This stuff happens. This is how we learn. Do y'all think I made that same mistake again? After having my roads and doors shut for 2 weeks straight? No. Now, if I have an agreement with my spirits, I do my absolute best to follow it. Excuse me. And it was for my own good, to show me like, hey, we're here, we have your back. You need to check in with us for certain things, because we're here to help you and guide you. That's what spirit guides are here to do. They're here to guide us. And when you don't open that door to that guidance, they're not going to give it to you. They might try a little bit, but I was kind of desperate and I wanted a boyfriend, so I didn't really care. So don't make my mistakes. Like, I think it's a good idea, if you have that reliable connection with your guides, to ask them about people that you're dating. And just anyone in general. A new job, a new house, a new car, anything new that might be trying to come into your life or that you're trying to manifest, double check that it's in your best interest. Because it'll save you a lot of trouble, trust me. Okay? Again, this was 3.5 years ago. I learned my lesson, but I wanted to be open and vulnerable with you guys because it is so important. Okay? If you would like to book a reading with me, you can either message me on Instagram at Siren's Nectar, or you can go to sirensnectar.com/booking and I will help you out. Okay? I love y'all. Thank you.